What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about everything you need to know about Call of Duty Vanguard, which comes out very soon. The first weekend of the beta is actually live right now, and then week 2 will be from September 16th to September 20th. If you didn't know, this weekend right now is only for PlayStation players, and then the second weekend will be for everybody else. But if you do want to enjoy this video, as always, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. And I do stream right here every Tuesday and Saturday. It's a lot of fun, so be sure to swing by sometime. But with that said, let's dive right into it. So if you didn't know, they released a multiplayer trailer and they did a multiplayer reveal. The trailer, typical trailer, like 3 minutes. And then they did the reveal, which was 28 minutes, where they dove a lot more into the things that you saw in the trailer and just some things that you didn't see, letting us know some of the things that we can expect to be in multiplayer. They also posted a blog on their website, which contained even more information. So I'm going to be talking about all the things in the blog and all the things in the video, just kind of wrapping it up in a quicker video, because I know not everyone wants to go watch that video and read all that stuff. So I'm going to wrap it all up for you guys. Let's go. The first thing is, as soon as the game drops, we will have 20 different maps to play on, which is honestly a huge dub. I was a fan of Cold War, but I can't lie, when the game first came out, there weren't a whole lot of maps. So it's nice to see 20 maps coming out as soon as the game drops. 16 of them will be like your regular maps like Core, and then 4 of the maps are the Champion Hill maps, which I'm sure some of you guys have watched your favorite creators play during the alpha. Something that they did not talk about in the video, but I am quite sure that it was confirmed, is that Dome and Castle from World at War are coming back into this game. Personally, I didn't play a lot of World at War. When I did play it, I was only playing zombies. So it'll be cool to experience those classic Call of Duty maps. This next thing, I am actually quite excited to see how this turns out, and that is something new called combat pacing. You can actually choose how you want to play now, whether that be tactical, assault, or blitz. Tactical is like your normal 6v6 kind of thing, and then what they're calling the assault pace is kind of like the middle ground. It's going to feature 20 to 28 players, which in my opinion seems like a lot to just be assault, but I mean, that's what they're calling it. And then quite possibly the thing I'm most excited for is the blitz pace, which is going to be chaotic combat, 28 to 48 players. Can you imagine that? It just makes me think of the 12v12 mosh pit, but it's going to be even more than that. It's going to be insane. And the really cool thing about this is all 3 of these paces go on the same map, and I'm not really sure how that works. I don't know if it's like kind of how they did in Cold War, where you have like Miami and then Miami Strike, which is just a littler version of Miami. Same with Crossroads and Armada. I don't know if they're going to do it that way or what, but they said that all 3 of these paces will be the same on all of the maps. So you know what I'm saying? I don't see how you're going to play Blitz and then Tactical on the same map. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It's either literally just going to be insane spawn killing, or they're gonna shrink the map for like tactical. I don't know, dude. We'll figure it out though. The next thing is that they are adding a new game mode called Patrol. If you have been watching anything about the beta, or if you're a PlayStation player, you're probably playing the beta. Patrol sounds like a pretty sweet game mode. Long story short, it's just a hard point that moves and your team has to stay in it. It does not stop moving at all, even if no one's in it, even if you have your whole team in it. No matter what, the thing just keeps moving. It's a pretty cool concept. I'm really excited to try that out. The next thing is one of the things that I'm most excited for, actually, and that is that they're adding clans. Kind of makes me think of, I believe it was Advanced Warfare, where they had clans and you could like change your clan tag color and get cool calling card and emblem, that kind of thing. They didn't go into super much detail, but they did say your clan can progress, which means it's going to be leveling up, which means you're going to get rewards. So I'm hoping, maybe that'll mean like changing your clan tag color, getting cool things like that. That'll be super cool. And something brand new coming to Vanguard is a reactive environment in the maps. I don't know about you, but I feel like we've been hearing that a long time in Call of Duty. I feel like, I guess just rumors going around, oh, next Call of Duty is going to have a reactive environment. And it just never seems to happen, but it is confirmed. We are going to get that. I think it's a super cool idea. I just don't want them to get too hooked on this realism thing, because Call of Duty is an arcade shooter. I just don't want them to go too realistic. For example, I have been watching gameplay on the beta, and on several maps, the sun is just too bright. You'll be coming off your spawn, running to the middle of the map in some maps, and you just see this giant glare of the sun. And I understand, that's realistic, but that's not something that I feel like you should implement in a video game, because you're giving the guy that's not facing the sun the advantage. I'm not really sure what they were thinking. I think, again, it seems like they're trying to make it a little bit too realistic. I would like to see them go away with the sun. I also heard a rumor of something about where you can disable the sun doing that. I don't know how true that is, though. I guess I'll have to figure it out whenever I get to play the beta, but we'll see. Call of Duty seemed to be really excited announcing the reactive environment. In the video, they said that the beginning of the map will look completely different than the end of the map, and then they showed a picture comparing the two. And honestly, it didn't even look that different. Yeah, there were some things broke off and a lot of bullets, but honestly, it really didn't look that different. when I hear, you know, reactive environment and all that thing, you can break stuff. You would just, I mean, you see the pictures. You would think it would just be a lot more different, especially the way they talked about it. For all you Modern Warfare movement lovers, tactical sprint is back. And that, I believe, is how you run through like the barricades. You have to tactical sprint into them. Another brand new feature that they are adding is something called blind fire. And basically it's just hip firing while mounted. I don't know how it works on controller yet. I'll play on controller, but everybody that I've watched has been on keyboard. But pretty much, you know, you're laying on the cover and you hold the gun above your head and you're just spraying it. And obviously it's not going to be as accurate if you were just regularly mounted. You can also move while you're mounted now. If you're on a piece of cover and, you know, say it's a decently sized piece of cover, you can move to the right of it, you can move to the left of it. As far as class setups go, it goes primary weapon, secondary weapon, 3 perks, lethal and tactical. Just kind of your basic thing, but they felt the need to announce it. I assume though that means there won't be a wild card like perk greed in the game like there was in Cold War, where you could actually equip 6 perks. They strictly said 3 perks, so they either misspoke or there is not going to be something like that in the game. Something that I thought was a huge W, and that is that they are going to have 10 attachments on the guns. In Cold War, I'm kind of fighting which attachments I want to run on my gun, unless I use the gunfighter wildcard, which I don't want to use because there's much better wildcards in Cold War. So, you know, sometimes on some guns, it feels like I'm out of the fight, not running the same attachments, some of the attachments that I need, but I just don't have enough. Well, in Vanguard, you're going to be able to have 10 attachments, super cool. And by the sound of that, it sounds like people are going to be making some insane builds of their guns. Riot shields are also set to return. I believe they said it won't be in the beta, but when the full game releases, you can expect to see the riot shield there. As far as perks go, you guys have probably seen a lot of them, but if not, I'm not going to list them all because it would take too much time. But one that I'm a little bit worried about is something called piercing vision. And it's just like the Warzone perk. If you shoot through a wall and you hit somebody, they will be highlighted. And I'm pretty sure if you just hit them in general, they highlight. Don't quote me on that, but I know if you hit them through a wall, they are highlighted. And that's just a little scary to me in multiplayer. Warzone, I can handle it a little bit, but multiplayer, knowing that anytime that guy shoots me, he's going to see me, especially with the reactive environment, I don't know how to feel about that. Hopefully it's not too overpowered, and if it is, you know, hopefully they'll do the right nerf to it, but that's just something that really caught my attention. For me, there have been 2 massive L's that they have come out about. Well, actually, the second one they haven't come out about, and that's the problem. But this first one is that dead silence is not a perk this year. And it seems like a lot of people aren't as upset as I thought they would be. It, like, literally infuriated me. I made a video on TikTok, a video on Instagram, just raging about it. But it is returning as a field upgrade. And I'm just going to go on my little rant again that I just don't understand why. It just promotes camping. If people know that they're going to be heard super far away, what are they going to do? They're not going to move, just like they did in Modern Warfare, at least in my experience. Majority of the time, if I moved around, I just got shot by a dude camping behind a door with a 725. Super frustrating. And I just feel like that's what's going to happen in this game. I hope not. I'm not saying this game is flopped or anything because I haven't even played it yet. But this really worries me a lot. I just don't feel like I should have to wait for my field upgrade to charge just so I can run around the map silently. I don't get it. I don't understand the thinking. I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks this, but this really was a huge L for me, if not the biggest one. Another thing that I'm a little bit worried about is it looks like there's a lot of weather in these maps. I don't know if you guys remember, but from Black Ops 4, I don't remember the exact map, but it was like a sandstorm version of it. For whatever reason, Treyarch thought it was a good idea. You had the regular map, which is a pretty solid map, and then they added a sandstorm version of that map, and I just don't know what they were thinking. If you guys remember it, you literally could not see 5 feet in front of you. Almost everybody, anytime they got on that map, they either left or they had to put a thermal on. That was the only way you could see what was happening. Like, literally one of the dumbest ideas Call of Duty has ever had. But what I'm saying here is, I've seen a couple of the maps and they have a lot of weather. I know one's like super rainy, and I just hope that the rain's not absurdly loud, just so, you know, I can hear what's going on. It's not a major issue. It's probably going to be just fine, but just something that caught my attention. In the multiplayer reveal, they went into super detail about the operators, talking about their different stories and that kind of thing. Personally, that doesn't interest me a lot. I really just wanted to skip through the part, but I didn't want to miss anything. Honestly, the only thing I got out of that part was that there was going to be operator progression. You'll get like cool finishing moves for that operator, cool emblems, kind of like Rogue Company if you ever played that. If you're using an operator, you progress that operator and you get cool things for that operator. Pretty much the same thing happened here. However, even though they went into all that detail about the operators, they confirmed that there aren't going to be factions. So it's not going to be like teams, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? They said it's going to be literally Team A versus Team B. And I think that's pretty cool because in Cold War and even Modern Warfare, you know, if you had a favorite operator to use, Well, if you didn't get that team, you weren't using that operator. You had to choose somebody on the other one. And it's cool that this time, no matter what, it doesn't matter what team you're on, whatever operator you chose and customize if you can, I'm not really sure. But if you can customize them, you know, make them look how you want, you get to use that person no matter what team you're on. I think that's a pretty cool feature. And before we get into the last thing we're going to talk about, I want to talk about the other big L that I mentioned earlier in the video, and that is field of view slider has not been confirmed on console yet. I don't know why. There might be a reason that I'm not understanding, but I'm just going to let you know what I'm thinking. We go from Modern Warfare 2019 and Warzone, no field of view slider. We get the brand new Cold War game that has a field of view slider. I understand it's running the old COD engine, but why can't this new Modern Warfare engine run a field of view slider on console? I don't understand what the problem is. Maybe somebody can explain it to me. However, Cold War didn't have a field of view slider in the alpha either. I'm not sure if it did in the beta or not, but I know it didn't in the alpha. To my knowledge, they have not come out and said there won't be, but they also haven't come out and said there will be. I'm a little bit worried. You know, if I can't even get a field of view slider, why would I have crossplay on? Why am I going to do that? I might as well just play people, you know, same situation as me. I hope they add it. I can't stand not having field of view. A lot of times I just get a headache because I'm used to that wide field of view. I don't know. Hopefully they'll add it. If you guys did make it this far, possibly the best for last for a lot of you is all the Warzone lovers. We are getting a brand new Warzone map. A lot of people know by now, but it's set to be in like the Pacific. It looks super cool, super pretty. We're getting out of the dark Verdansk and we're going to the awesome Pacific. I can't even speak English. I don't know if it's literally called Pacific or if it's just set in the Pacific. I don't know. But the map looks awesome. There's like waterfalls and a bunch of different stuff that looks so fun. I'm excited to try that out. And the other big Warzone announcement is that the thing that people have been crying for so long, they added a PC anti-cheat. So most of the hackers will be gone. I don't know if they'll be able to get every single one of them, but it's not going to be as ridiculous as it has been. That's a huge dub. And honestly, they've made us wait too long for that. They should have come out with this a lot sooner, but better late than never. But yeah, guys, that's going to wrap it up. I hope I covered all of that in less than 10 minutes. I don't know. Yeah, it's just going to depend on my editing and all that. I hope I made it, but probably not. If you did go into enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Go ahead and subscribe. We're going to be making a lot of Vanguard content. I'm really excited for it. And if you have any questions for me or maybe something you'd like to see a video on, drop that down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.